Good evening, people. Of those of you that will be here tonight, coming up listening. Like I said, this channel here is going to be for entertainment purposes, having fun, informative things, and also to bring up questions of why and how come and what for. So let's just get into it, y'all. Can we talk tonight for a little? Because they're going to be doing testing on my Wi-Fi around midnight, so I should have waited till after midnight to do this. Alrighty, let's get into it. Enough of that doggone music flowing and growing, y'all. I just want to say good evening to y'all. My name is, as you know of, on other platforms and other channels, DJ Will. I'm also known and thinking of myself now as just my thoughts, because I realize now that I have thoughts just like other people, and a lot of times I don't bring them out. I don't say anything too much about them because it causes controversy. But as I get up there, I just want to say, I don't care no goddamn more. And excuse my French, I just cursed and wasn't even 5 minutes in the video. I don't care anymore about what people say or think or feel about me or how they think about me, because I know what I am, I know who I am, and I know where I'm from, and I guarantee you, I know where I'm going. Um, there's a lot of things that's been going on YouTube this past week and couple of weeks that a lot of people haven't touched on, and I want to touch on them, but getting into an argument is not my cliche. But I will argue with you if I think you're trying to f over me or f around me or f something about me or say something about me that you don't really know about. We all sit up here and we listen to YouTube day after day, month after month, week after week, year after year. And some people I've noticed, because I can tell you, I am retired. I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything but sit on my ass all day and listen to stuff. But I have shown people there are other things out there in the world besides just YouTube, sitting up all day listening to it. I posted up videos. I posted up places where I've been, the trips I've taken. And, there is more life than just YouTube. But there are some people I feel that are up here 24/7. Now, starting next week, I'm going to try to write down a certain individuals that come up on YouTube all the time, from the very time you wake up in the morning until after midnight. And when we go to bed, that person is on YouTube, you know. And once I get the hours in and calculate how many hours in, I'll be back to talk about those kind of things and see what we all think about them. Let's move right on into it. Earlier this week, I was talking to Mr. Claude, and we had a discussion about football. Later on this week, Claude, I will be getting with you, and we can get up on a panel and discuss about how things went this Sunday, and also the Monday night game. So I'm probably trying to think of setting up after football with you on a Tuesday. If somebody's listening, if they could give Claude the message that we want to have a panel. I want to have a panel show with him about after football on Tuesday. So getting back to the things that have been going on this week, what I've been listening to, what I've been hearing, some shows have really made me feel good. Others have made me feel like, oh, what the hell? And then other shows make me think of, this person really makes some damn sense. And you know what? I got to give credit to a content creator that I've listened to a couple of times. I also shared their music. And I want to say thank you, Miss Dee Dee Love. A lot of people may not listen to Dee Dee Love. I know there's a lot of women out there that don't like Dee Dee Love, also men. But I have to tell you guys that she has some fantastic thoughts and ideas, and they're kind of close to mine when it comes to people thinking about the way that people act and treat you, thinking about how jobs, corporations treat you, how anybody here on these YouTube streets treat you. She gives good reviews to me. She also gives good advice, sound advice about things too. But there's one thing I want to say. No matter who I may like here on YouTube or who I appreciate on YouTube, I'm never going to sit up here and say I hate them or I hate that person. Now, some contents I may hate, some collaborations I might hate, far as idealistic, being realistic as human beings coming together and doing things. But all in all, I do like YouTube. I do like some of the content it creates. It gives you time enough to think. But when YouTube starts getting into your head in your relationships and all that, then it's time to step back and take a look at what you're listening to, how you're listening to it, and what people might think that you're thinking about when you're talking on YouTube. Because I could come up here and try to have a conversation with guys and people, and a lot of them will take it as I'm talking about my own problems. No. Uh, when I try to talk here now, what I'm going to try to talk here now tonight is about some things that I've heard on YouTube that kind of uplifted me, kind of make me feel good, and kind of like, rah. Okay, earlier this week, let's get into it. There was a certain person. Well, the hell, I'm not scared to mention names. And like I said, I'll bring you guys up later on to get your opinions about things, and we can talk about stuff that you heard on YouTube. Let's go with the fun stuff first. Like tonight, they had a chicken wing challenge. Okay, the Miss O, I got to give you 250% credit on having that challenge, because when I looked at it and listened to it, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of other content creators and some non-content creators that cooked a dish and made their salads and stuff and showed it up on screen, which some of it looked very appetizing. Others of it, I would say, I wouldn't eat that. But nevertheless, you did a fine thing. Uh, what do I think about the beefing sector having all these challenges and cook-offs? Well, if it gets us away from the really, really deep, dark, and deplorable, dirty stuff that we do to each other here on YouTube, that's a good thing. But there's also teasing in the chat. There's also ways that people look at things differently and how they look at, well, what I'm saying is overall the cooking aspects of it. Let's face it, we can't smell the food, we can't taste the food. The only thing we're going by is the looks and the presentation of it, and then how the cooks themselves are performing in their kitchen. What do they have to say about their own things? Are they exciting? Do they do things in a way that makes you want to, hey, I wouldn't mind going to that person's house eating, Now, grant you, there are some people's house, like I've seen people on here say, I wouldn't go to their house and eat that, but let's knock out the trolleys. Let's knock out the trolleys first. Let's face it. I heard Dee Dee Love say something the other day that trolls are really some really lonely people. And the only way that they can get attention is to troll and to make fun of things that other people do, or to bring up something to get other people arguing, or to even take their mind off of what they're really concentrating on in the chat. There were plenty of trolls tonight in that cooking competition, but I've got to give the Miss O credit. her moderators credit. They took care of some of them, not all of them, but they took care of most of them. Watching the competition, I felt that there were certain people that had their stuff together. They were great cooks, but their presentation of being in front of a camera live, and it was live, being in front of a camera with no acting or no script to follow. Some of them did well, some of them did as typical as we normally would see them do. I especially love the salad portion of the plate of the competition. I wanted to see how people made their salads, what they used in them, and how they did them. Uh, the winner of the salad contest, I'm proud to say, was Lovely Love, which Lovely, you have been wild this week on YouTube. I got to admit, I've been watching you on YouTube this week. The dance you did to fall down and then to get up the next day and cook a meal, and you weren't really feeling well, but you got it together somehow. I hope it's not the big C going around again that's catching up with you or anything. I just hope it was a little bit, you had a little bit too much to drink and have a hangover, and but you did it good. Lovely Love, you did it good. The only thing I have a complaint about, and I will say this outright straight, I don't like eyes looking at me, my food eyes looking at me. You know, I don't even like to go to a luau where they have a hog and the eyes and all it's the head is still on it. No, I don't like that kind of stuff. And the shrimps, they were big jumbo shrimps, true enough, but you could have took the eyeballs out and, garnished them with anything, clover leaves or something. But other than that, you did good on the salad. I'm glad you won. I'm proud that you won, and just keep up the good work. The other contestants on there, um, let's talk about who comes to my mind hardest the most. Brooke, Miss Brooke Valentine. I I try to not be too critical of your dishes and stuff, but other people come in and they talk about it. But I'm going to say that the thing that didn't do it for me with you, hon, and I'll say this really, is that 24 karat gold chicken. Uh, I know you probably watched Two Chains with his show and how people did their food 24 karat gold and donuts and all that kind of stuff. But me being a real country type man and eating real food, real when I say real food, I don't mean artificial stuff that's put on it. Gold, I don't think gold was been meant to eat. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Your presentation of the food was a little bit too long for me. You'd have done better not talking so much. I'll put it that way. Okay. But I know ladies talk, women talk, they love to talk. So I kind of forgive you on that. But in a cooking contest, you want to be fast, you want to be swift, you want to, you know, yeah, you can explain a few things that you're doing, but let's move it on. Uh King Roman, what can I say except they weren't looking at your food tonight, buddy. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. They weren't looking at your food. Yeah, we know you were gonna score high up there because you're quote unquote the likable guy. I'll put it that way. Um, chat rap, chat rap, chat rap. What am I gonna say, dear? Keep that damn dog out the kitchen, will you? That's all I'm gonna say. Keep the dog out the kitchen, chat rap. Otherwise than that, you're gonna fail, honey. With me, you're gonna fail because I never liked animals in the kitchen when somebody's cooking. Even if I go over my friend's house, they got a dog. That dog lays around and cook. I'm not even eating at their house. That's what I'm saying. Dog hair does fly around. You know that, don't you? Dog shed. You know that, don't you? So if you want to be successful in these cook-off chat rap, leave the dog out of it. Okay. uh let's see here. Whom else? that really bought. Oh, Rico. What can I say? You cooked the dinner for two. You cooked the dinner for two because you slipped up and let everybody know that you had company over, and it was a kind of a rush thing for you. I don't think you took your time to really prepare and make that dinner like you should have. Probably your chicken could have been browner. Um, the salad was a little bit too sparse. But overall, you're still Rico, and everybody loved what you did. But like I said, next time, if you're in a cooking contest, make sure you're cooking for a group instead of just two, and you won't be in a rush to try to hurry up and get things done, or you're doing things and cooking at the same time because that's the way it made me seem or how to look at it. Uh, I'm forgetting some of the lady female contestants. If somebody wants to type up in the chat about them. Hello there, Vibrant Love with that smile turned upside down. I see you, dear. I was going through Dee Masso's chicken challenge tonight and some of the competitors in it. And I was trying to see, let's see, there was a young lady that had the salad in a watermelon shell. I forget their names. Yeah, thank you, Vibrant Love. I see now your smile is right side up. Thank you. Uh, she had a salad in a watermelon, a half watermelon, hold out watermelon. That's not to me. If it had been a fruit salad, maybe, or a melon salad, maybe, but not to put greens and stuff in my watermelon and all that. I just no, no, thank you. Um, all in all, though, really the cook off, the cook challenge, the chicken wing challenge, it was a success. Except a few people were, I'd say, yeah, Lovely Love, LG Purple Peach, yeah, Brooke, yeah, King Roman, yeah. Lovely Love did, like I said, Lovely Love did good on her salad. Her salad deserved to win, except I didn't like the eyeballs and the shrimp. Now that's all I'm saying about that. Yeah, chat rap. Yeah, chat rap. I talked about her too. Keep your dog out the kitchen, chat rap, and maybe you'll win a couple of contests or something, or come in fourth at least. uh, but let's get into the real root of it. The judging of the contest tonight. I'm gonna try to be, yeah, Rico. I'm gonna try to be fair, not in part, not really too much of saying who I like and don't like on the YouTube streets, because I think when you're judging, you should be impartial. I think you should be able to get up there and critique uh, what the contestant has done and what they did. First of all, let's start with the first judge. I'm going to start with the ladies first, and then I'll work my way around to the young gentleman. Miss Almond Brown, I appreciate you being up there as a judge tonight. You look fabulous. Everybody was saying in the chat and all that. But when it came to, I would think, judgeability, you were really fair in it. But I feel that you had your likes, your picks, and dispicks. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It looked like some of it was. Well, I'll just go along with what they say, especially when you have a vote after that person. No shade, but we have to be able to start thinking for ourselves and stop following the crowd. Um, what can I say? Pizarro. if you had, if you had really been honest, you'd have had higher scores than what you gave. you would have not shown your bias, dear. I mean, you can't be, yeah, you're a judge and all this stuff. I know, can't nobody tell you how to judge things, but the scores that it, it disappointed me with the way you scored people. Really, it disappointed me how you were dry about it when they were asking you questions about things, and then at one point you did follow the leader 10 across the board. Why? Was it really a 10, or was he just saying that for that reason? And to Mr. Youssef, what can I say? Well, sir, I know you are a damn good cook. I know that you have your own spices and things. And I also know that you were fair to a certain degree. And when I meant fair, because the way you explain things sometimes to me and the audience made me seem like, well, I'm going to give them a 10 anyway. I know it's going to be, I got to give them a 10. We don't have to give everybody a 10 all the time. We can kind of mix it up there because there were some scores that you gave to certain people lower scores than others. You know, you were critiquing them on the cleanliness and all that good stuff, but I admired you when you said "Lovely Love" was the most improved. I'm not going to say that was the truth. I'm going to the honest truth. I'm going to say the most improved person there was, and let's face it, Chat Rap. Okay, Chat Rap. I remember when she did the grilling, the barbecue grilling outside, and how everybody went on her about that. But you know, and I wonder what happened to Uppity. That would have been another interesting factor too. If Uppity had have been in that contest, what everybody would have said, or what everybody would have done, or how they would have voted. But really, Yusef, you did a wonderful job. I hope, I hope that they will keep you as a judge. But next time, let's not get too deep off into the aspects of it because, like I said, our ordinary subscribers or even our content creators that we're looking, we can't see, we can't smell, we can't touch. Yes, visualization is a big part of it. I grant you that. But some of the people that you recommended, I don't think I would want to go eat there with them anyway. So let's move on from that. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Vibrant Long. I think MU makes a challenge funny. She should have been in that challenge. Really, she does make it funny, but you know, like I said, MU is in a world in a league of her own, and she puts me in the mind of some of my one of my relatives that I got. You know, you gotta love her, but then again, you got to look at her as, oh boy, don't say this, don't do that. You know, yeah, she would have made a good. I would like to seen her try to make these chicken wings, and we know what her salad would probably consist of, but she came up with the last contest. I think she said that she doesn't eat that kind of food all the time and she's on a certain diet or whatever, but still, it's okay. Oh, let me get back to Yusef to you right quick. You said something about uh, one of the contestants cooking in an air fryer. That I typed in the chat earlier. You know what? That's going to be the next good challenge. Since you are such a good judge of people as far as cooking and how they cook and how they prepare their food, I would love to see an air fryer contest, an air fryer challenge. People with air fryers and all that good stuff, I would love for them to come up and do their best dinner, making their best dinner in an air fryer. So you guys think about that, will you? And it would be a lot of fun to see how you can critique that one. Uh, but like I said, all in all, the contest itself was wonderful. It gave me a chance to get away from all the really, really uck stuff, except at the end of the contest. And we all know what happened at the end if we stuck around. Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn, you didn't have a doggone thing to contribute. Oh, hello, Miss Parker. Good evening, Miss Parker. Yes, this is one of my nights where I feel like just sitting around and talking about things that went on YouTube today and this week. And one of them was the contest, the cooking contest. And I will drop the link to give you guys, if you're not afraid, to come up, speak your mind, speak your voice, because it's just my thoughts of what I'm saying. And I'm quite sure other people have thoughts too about the contest and what's going on. I was just, the only thing I would ask is just, let's keep it, let's just keep it beefing. When I mean beefing, I mean saying something like, well, that shrimp looked like it could have got up and walked off the plate. Okay. But no, anyway, you're free to come up and say anything you want. But like I was saying, getting back to the Miss O's Chicken Challenge contest, that was 10 times better than the macaroni and cheese and 20 times better than the lasagna challenge. Really, really, it was. To me, it was. Like I said, we had contestants there that made some pretty dishes, some not so pretty. We had some that had ingredients that I wouldn't eat, but it looked appetizing. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's meal looked appetizing, uh, except for a few salads that I wouldn't touch, or or maybe plain looking, like they said. You could have added a little bit more. Then some people added a little bit too much, but that's my opinion on that. That's just my thoughts on that, you guys, and that's right. Yeah, the challenges are getting better, Vibrant Law. They are getting better. But like I said, there's a couple of there's one challenge that tonight that made me kind of curious of how one judge would judge it. How would it be if we had a air fryer contest? People that got air fryers would get out there and cook with their air fryers and prepare a meal from their air fryer. That would be very interesting. Yes, you could see the improvement from each one. You're right. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You could see that every contestant went all out to try to make their meals look scrumptious, look delicious, and as they say, sexy salad. I don't think a salad's sexy, really, not really. I think what's really sexy is just you can just take chocolate covered strawberries. To me, though, those things are sexy. But let's not get off the track here. All in all, Demon, so your contest was beautiful up until the end. I think that, like I said, the voting was kind of one sided. You can tell when a person is lackluster and they really didn't want to give that person that praise or that vote. Uh, then at the end, when we're trying to get all our contestants up and congratulate up, you made one little slight mistake. One little mistake. And that was to let Jay Dunn up before everybody got a chance to get up there and thank the audience and show their appreciation. That's the only flaw that I've seen in it. Otherwise than that, kudos to you. You've been the best food challenge so far, and I hope a lot of things go your way. Now, another thing that I noticed on YouTube this week, I want to say once again, you guys, happy birthday again, once again, to Lady Nika. Happy, whatever it's belated now, Lady Nika. I know you had fun at your birthday, on your birthday day. I was glad that you let me know that you seen the video I dedicated to you for your birthday, and I thank you for that. Uh, I was really kind of, be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed. It looked like to me that there would have been more and more celebration than deflation. And what I mean by deflation, I was expecting to hear the music. I was expecting to hear people come up there and have fanfare and all that good stuff. But all in all, it was meant to show you love. And some people showed you love, and I know that later on it got to be what I say, a little dramatic, but with parties. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of, Vibrant Love. I'm trying to think of something to say nice about this birthday party for Lady Nika, and I'll just do like you do. Well, anyway, that's another thing that I saw this week that kind of brought me, to do what I did for her on my platform. And if you guys want to go see it, it's a tribute to her with her two favorite singers. We know that I know of, Teddy Pendergrass, and don't talk about her boy Luther. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get off into that Luther stuff with you, Lady Nika. But anyway, happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday to you. Okay, let's see. Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson's trip is coming up next week. You guys, I'm going to be very, very interested in finding out who's on that trip, who's not on the trip, who's going to take pictures, who's not going to take pictures. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Vibrant Lola. I'm looking at the chat a little later back there. Yeah, I saw the lip challenge. Boy, did I see the lip challenge. I'm going to tell you this right now. Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now about the lip challenge. The only thing I hated was that there weren't enough men up there. But then, in a way, I was kind of glad because to me, a lip challenge is for women. I mean, yeah, men can do a lip challenge because women want to see about how thick a man's lips are and anything. But let's face it, the majority of black men, we do have thick lips, including me. So, uh, far as men competing against women in the lip challenge, nah. But yeah, it's like I said, it's really, the contest was good. It was okay. Uh, am I gonna be judgmental on lips? Nope. The only lips now I'm gonna be judgmental on is my baby's lips, and those are the sweetest, cutest, finest lips I ever seen in my life. So there, that's that. But yeah, looking at them, nah, I'm not gonna get crazy about them. But it was good. It was good. It was good. A lot of controversy at the end again, as they say, but that's what it is. Yeah, some of the men did back out. I heard a majority of them was men too, which I can kind of see why they might have backed out. Because what man wears lip gloss? Yeah, we might put on chapstick or something like that, but far as men go, men, I'm talking about, we don't wear lip rouge, we don't wear lip liner, we don't wear any of that stuff. So now I would say something that might cause, well, hell yeah, it's just my thoughts. Uh, homosexual guy comes up with lipstick on, well, hey, I can expect that. But do I want to see it? Oh, hell no. Like I said, I would much rather see the women compete against the women than the men try to compete against women. And then men competing against men, hell, like I said, we all got thick lips. So that's all I'm going to say about that one. You know, yeah, like I said, yeah, in the sector, some men do wear makeup. I totally agree with you on that one. You got that right, Vibrant. You got that right. Yeah, some do wear makeup, and it's funny how cameras. Well, when we're on live camera, men have a tendency. The guys that do wear the makeup, they have a tendency to forget. Hey, you got to put that makeup on straight, fella. You can't just get up there and slap powder. Women have an art when it comes to makeup. That's the way I look at it. Men, when I say men, real men, don't have that kind of art. Now, the other community, let's talk about it. The gay guys, they do have an art of putting on makeup, but let's admit it, they practice. Okay, they practice what they preach. They preach about being one of the girls. So they dress like the girls at times. They sit up there and they learn how to put on makeup, so those people do it. Then you got some that don't come on with makeup. So yeah, the heck with that. I'm getting away from the makeup stuff. I don't want to get off into that. But let's get on to Jay Wilson and his cruise, like I said, and talking about cruise. Mm-mm-mm. Jay Wilson. I'm wondering why, and I'm asking like another content creator asked, people been wondering, why are you hiding behind your avatar now all of a sudden? I used to see you come out on live, even when you were driving to work, quote unquote, you would be live and we could see you. But right before the vacation time, now and the trip starting and everything, I don't see you anymore. But yet there's something about you when you're talking, Jay Wilson. You're going through some changes, and you probably want to. I don't know if you've been to the gym to work out. You got muscles, or you're doing something to your face. You got a facelift or something that you want to surprise people when you get on that boat. Yeah, juicycation is going to be juicy. It's definitely going to be juicy because from what I hear, of all indications, if everybody shows up on that trip that they're supposed to show up on it, then it's going to be something good. Some speculate he's getting Botox injections before. Now you know what? That I could believe, really. And why would he get Botox injections? Would that be to it'll be harder to recognize him because some of them Botox injections can have you looking like a plastic Barbie doll or just have you looking bad. So I don't I hope he's not getting Botox injections just to go on a cruise. I could see him probably getting uh his hair, trying to grow his hair back out so he can put in extensions in it and have dreads or longer hair for it to blow in the wind. But I don't think Botox injections would do it. But Jay Wilson, your juicycation is going to be something else to behold. Really, it's going to be something else to behold. Uh, Miss Cruiser, I watched you and I hear you, dear. And the only thing I can say, if you are not going on that cruise, then I bet you're gonna wish you had went. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, well, yeah, weight loss does change your face, dear. Weight loss does change your face. Yeah, but the Botox injection in his face ain't gonna help him if the rest of his body's got parts hanging off of it too. You see what I'm saying? So there it is. Um, like I said, Miss Cruiser, I hear you, I see you, and I admire you. And the only thing I'm going to say about your lives this week is that, whew, the beef is getting thick. The beef is getting thick. That's all I'm going to say. The beef is getting thick, my dear, between you and you know who, Sir King. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about everybody. Between you and Sir King, it's getting thick. And I just hope cooler heads prevail. I really do. I really do. Because we have enough, like I said, we have enough drama or fuck shit going on YouTube as it is now without really too much uh, what I want to say, bringing the court system into it or people just suing each other or trying to knock each other off the air because they feel that they're being used. let's face it, we all been used here on YouTube, including myself. So I try not to let it bother me as much. And I've learned that I will have to start talking about things that other people talk about, which their opinion may not agree with my opinion, but I'm willing to get up there and have a discussion. I don't want us to be cussing each other out and arguing each other about shit. But if you want to do it that way, I can. You know, I want to be respectable of all women. And the old cliche goes, I've even heard some women say here on these YouTube streets, if a woman gets out of pocket, a man should get out of pocket with her. Well, I agree to a certain degree. Getting out of pocket doesn't mean that he's got to threaten her life or talk about slapping her down or anything like that. But he can kind of say to her, hey, look, that's not ladylike. And if you don't want to be treated like a lady, fine with me. You know, he's been hiding. Yeah, Jay Wilson has been hiding. I agree with you on that token. With that, I'm gonna drop my link because I think I got a link to this channel right now. Oh yes, it does. I do have a StreamYard link. It's up on StreamYard, y'all. I'll drop the link and hopefully I can get people up here and you can continue talking to me or telling me how you feel about the contest tonight, the wing contest, and everything else that went on here today on YouTube. And I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on Jay Dunn tonight and what she's been doing here on these YouTube streets. You know, I'm not going to. Only thing I can say about Jay Dunn is you're making it harder for me to understand you, Jay Dunn. I try to be in your corner because you have some valid points, but then again, you don't have to. People are saying that you're lying. You say you're telling the truth, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Jay Dunn has been. I'm not going to say a thorn in my side, but it seems like she's getting to be a thorn in all the other content creators' side now. You know, when you come up there, Jay Dunn, and we have things going on a road, then you want to change the narrative and make it about you. And I'm going to say that you do make a lot of stuff about you, Jay Dunn. So I I don't know what to say about Jay Dunn right now. I don't want to disrespect. I'm not disrespecting her. I'm just saying it. Show me how just show me how to understand you. You know, maybe like Mama say, you can love somebody from a distance, and you don't have to put up with everything that that person does. You know, couples have been known to be married and live in separate households. Not saying that we're going to get married or nothing, Jay Dunn, but what I'm saying is you can be married and living here or there and everywhere. And what you do at your home is different. But when you go to other people's homes, you should have a little respect. That's all I'm saying about that one. So if she wants to come up after she heard that, hey, I'm glad to listen to her. Let me get to my buddy, my longtime dad, my longtime cheap dad, the one that hasn't paid my uh, child support bill for over 73 years, Sir King. Sir King, tonight you were funny. Tonight you were dramatic. Tonight you were the Sir King of old, of old, of old, of old. Now, don't get me wrong, Sir King, and I ain't trying to start no beef with you or anything. I want to give content creators the respect that they make me feel when I'm listening to them. I listened to you tonight and I heard your discussion upon Jay Wilson. I totally agree with you 150% about Jay Wilson. There's no doubt in my mind. But, and I'm going to say but with a big but, because let's face it, you do make it hard for me to believe that you care about women more than you say when you're constantly ribbing them. Now, you really, I don't know, that's maybe that's part of your genre or your cliche and all that other stuff that goes on out there. But one thing for certain, and two things for sure, Sir King, you are on a roll right now. But and I'm asking you too. I'm asking you too. Let's not go too far with it. I understand that your feelings are hurt about what Miss Cruiser said and what things were done, but I kind of agree with her in a way. You didn't have any business posting her up like that, sir. Even though you might have thought it was harmless, some women, and I'm talking about women and women, period, don't think stuff like that is funny all the time. Yeah, we got some people that don't like Cruiser, and what you did to them for her to her is a riot. But see, to me, that's pitting women against women when we should be trying to bring the women together to get us together as men without the disrespect. We can do things together as men and women, but without so much disrespect all the time, or talking under their clothes, or talking about their aesthetics and all that good stuff. But all in all, Sir Kane, you had a good show tonight. You know, I didn't get a chance to finish it out because I had to come up here and do my broadcast. And like they said, you don't drop yours just because somebody else is up there. I will be doing a replay to catch you in. When I had to leave, Ness was coming up, and I want to finish to see how you and Ness ended out in that conversation. But you made me laugh when you were begging. You brought back good old memories about uh, Bless Watkins when we was talking about you liking her toenails and her feet and all that, and you put that in a clip tonight about you wanting your 2K, your PlayStation 2K, and you made me laugh when you were begging for people to send you the cash app for your 2K game because you didn't want to suck Bless Watkins' toes. Sir King, real men don't mind sucking toes, okay? I'm just saying, real men don't mind sucking women's toes. Let's put it that way. You know, and the feet are beautiful. They got them clean, and they got the nail polish done on them. Which I don't think Bless Watkins' feet look too bad. You don't either. And I really think in your deep in your heart, in your hearts, if you had to, as you say, suck them toes for that 2K game, that PlayStation game, you probably would because it sounds like to me that you want to really get up there and play basketball. And I guarantee you, Sir Kane, once you get on that PlayStation and you start playing those games, you're really going to kind of veer away from YouTube as much because I guarantee you, I am going to get. Remember when you first met me? I did PlayStation. I was on PlayStation. I was telling you about it. And it does take a lot of your time and activities away. So be careful what you wish for. Those games will get you. Uh, but all in all, tonight, Sir King, you did a good job and being informative, far as news things that go on out in the world, telling people what they should look out for. I totally agree. We need to start stocking up on things. Our water, the gas is going so high now, it's crazy. You know, start taking a look at the news and listening to how the Republicans, Democrats are bringing new agendas up to the table for people to listen to and try to vote on, which to me is crazy. You know, uh, about the immigration that's going on now in this country, we got a lot of people coming up from Argentina, and I believe that our government is going to have to do a hell of a lot of work because, like another content creator was speaking upon earlier, how in the hell can we all of a sudden give millions of dollars of aid to people that's coming into this country from other places But we got people that's been here all their lives, living here. They're homeless and everything. Why can't we help those people first? You know, it. Even taxpayers. A lot of people don't know it. Some people on Social Security still pay taxes. They do. They will ask you. Do you want to pay taxes out your Social Security money? That way they try to fool you at the end of the year. You get no. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that, folks. It doesn't work that way. Trust me, I know. But our tax money is being taken. It's being used up for non-essential things. Do I believe in the war in Afghanistan? No, no. We need to be out of there. I mean, it showed the other day when President Biden was at the UN asking for funding and all this for other nations to get in with us on the war. The president of Ukraine was at the White House, but he wasn't with the president. They weren't sitting down talking and negotiating things. He was talking to the congressmen and the people in Congress. So the leadership there, to me, is a letdown. It is a real big letdown. If you got a dignitary that and I knew Biden knew that the president from Ukraine was going to be there, so there's no way he should even made that trip to the UN. He could have put that off. So that goes to show you how politics are. He's running elsewhere, asking for help to fight a war for somebody else, but the guy that's in the war is here talking to other people to persuade our Congress to vote for them. You see what I'm saying? Uh, if you're gonna you ask the head man first, then you go to the people and ask the people second. And our congressmen are, when I say the people, we are the people. We voted them in. And it's a lot of people thinking that we are wasting money up on that war in Ukraine. That's all I'm saying. That's just my thoughts on that subject. But I just want to say I had my fun tonight. What am I going to talk about next week? I don't know. It's not going to be a next week thing. It's going to be when I feel like it. Okay. When I see things out there that are on my mind and I want to speak on it, I'm going to do it. I could go into a whole lot of other subjects, but I'm not going to go into that. I want to go into things that I want to hear what you guys got to say. And even if you don't say it up here, write me in the chat. Let me know what you think. Let me know what subjects you might want me to talk on without all the beefing stuff. I mean, yeah, I could talk about Dovey, and her escapades. I could talk about the past things that I did and all this shit with other people on these platforms. But no, I want to try to move forward and see what we can move ahead and do as a group of Black people on YouTube that want to come out and express other things besides cussing one another out, making a damn mockery of each other with curse words, you know. So if the platform seems boring to you and you want to go over there and listen to my beautiful Black women cuss each other out, so be it. But I just want to say we all need to come together when it comes to the economy. We all need to come together when we talk about relationships. We all need to come together when we talk about education. And like I said, things may not always work out between us, but I'm willing to compromise. Okay. I'm willing to give that person a benefit of the doubt. I'm willing to say, well, okay, maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe I'm just a little bit too, how can I put, I'm not, I'm not untrustworthy of that person, but I just don't have the confidence. Okay. Until you show me differently, then I'll continue to do what I do. I'll treat you with the kindness and utmost respect, but you get out of line, then I will have to Do as everybody say do on YouTube. Come back and say something. Oh, and let me say something to Queen Kwani while I'm up here before I get off of here tonight. Kwani, I got to say that you asked me a long time ago to talk about my relationships and stuff when things were when I was a big talker. I mean, a big content on here. Honey, I didn't do it with you because I didn't feel I was going to get a fair shake. Uh, but I admire you. I listen to you every time you come on when you have something good or bad to say about a person. But I also respect the things that you say about having a sixth sense or a second sense about how a person should perceive, move, and act here on these YouTube streets. I'm gonna give you your kudos, Kwani. I'm not trying to be shaky or shy with you or anything else like that. But like you said, we call people out on fuck shit when we know that it's fuck shit. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna try to follow in your footsteps, but without all that cursing. And that's you, babe. That's you. Okay. I'm gonna try to do it without all the, you know, hellacious things that they expect a black man to do when he's talking about things, especially about other people. I'm not gonna try to lose my temper too much, but we all have tempers. That's like I'll say it, we're all bipolar. Everybody's bipolar. Even the sweetest, nicest person in the world can turn into the most, what, I don't want to use the word vicious, but they can turn to where it'll make your eyebrows go up, you know. So a child, I didn't think she was like that. Or he was like that. That's the old saying. But we're all bipolar in a way with our feelings. I'm not going to say we're bipolar in life, but with feelings, we do have that little devil that sits on the left and the little angel that sits on the right. And a lot of times, and even in my case, the devil wins over, well, especially when I was growing up. So, Kwani, I want to say keep on doing what you're doing. And I will be back in a few days or whatever when the spirit hits me, because that's another thing. The spirit's got to hit me. I got to have it within me to get up here and talk. And even if I, like they say, you don't have but 2 or 3 people in your chat, they're listening, you know, they can spread the word. They can share me out. They'll do whatever they want to do. But this is my talk platform. And I want to thank all you guys that came over last night for my music platform. I want to thank everybody that came up this morning for the gospel music worship platform. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off from here. And I'm glad that we had this time that, well, we didn't really talk. Y'all let me do all the talking, but I want to thank you, Vibrant Law, for coming up and and keeping me, keeping me in line and having something to say and doing everything. For those that didn't drop down, thank you. Thank you for coming up. You know, um, Miss Parker, thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you for coming up tonight. This has been my very first, but it won't be my last broadcast, I'll say, on this channel when it comes to YouTube. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut out of here with a little, maybe, can we talk next time? Good night, everybody. You guys have fun on these YouTube streets. Be careful. Don't take any wood nickels.